Hi, I'm Sarah from sidetracksarah.com, and today we are going to make spaghetti in our Instant Pot. So I actually got my start with cooking on spaghetti. So I find it kind of funny that I am actually going back to doing spaghetti. But actually my whole site, sidetracksarah.com, was started because my husband was really getting sick of me serving spaghetti on a regular basis. I would have it at least weekly because that was the main thing I knew how to cook and I thought it was good, so why not cook it? Now we don't have it that much because we eat lots of slow cooker and Instant Pot food, and we just have it whenever we decide we want it rather than out of desperation because that's the easiest thing for me to eat. Anyway, I'm gonna show you how to do this in your Instant Pot. But before I get started, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about my channel. I'm a large family mom. I stay home with my kids. I have 7 kids actually, and we homeschool them and I work from home. I've got this blog and my husband has an Amazon business and we are just running all the time. Thankfully, we both work from home and it makes it a little bit easier to get everything done, and all the kids, we can take turns basically. So he helps with the school and he helps me with anything in my business, and sometimes I'm helping him with the Amazon business. Today, if you notice, my surroundings look a little bit different. I am on vacation. So this is actually our working vacation we decided to take. We're currently in Branson, Missouri, and we rent a condo, typically a 2-bedroom condo that fits our whole family. And they have a pool, so the kids like to go swimming and all that. And right now they just walk to the game room, but you never know, they might walk in the door at any moment. I thought this looked like a nice place to do some videos. It was pretty funny bringing our home office into this condo. If you're a large family, and especially a large work from home family, I'm sure you can relate to the huge amount of things you have to bring on vacation anyway. We just got lucky this time that we had a place big enough to handle all our junk, and it's been a great time so far. Anyway, let's get started on this Instant Pot spaghetti. It's not actually that hard. First, let me tell you what the ingredients are. I've got this ground beef. The recipe normally calls for 1.5 pounds. I think I'm gonna try to use it all actually, and because I doubled the amount of sauce that we normally use. So I got 2 sauces from Walmart, just the Walmart brand, and then I've got 1 pound of spaghetti noodles. And I'm gonna use some beef broth so that the extra liquid that we'll need is the beef broth, or you could use chicken broth if you prefer. So I'm gonna start. Now, if you're one that likes a lot of seasonings, I would suggest also adding a onion, actually cutting that up and browning it with this, or maybe some garlic or garlic powder. I need to turn this to saute first, so it starts warming up. So see that where it says 30? It should mean that it's gonna be on for 30 minutes, which should be plenty of time. I usually just set it for whatever's on there, or at least 10 minutes, and then if I need more time, I just add more time to it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I got the lean kind, so it didn't create a lot of grease. There might still be some that we need to drain, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, I said I was gonna do the whole thing. I think I'm gonna leave this much out and save it for the next meal. I'm running out of room is why I decided to do that. So it's probably maybe 1 3/4 to 2 pounds of meat that I'm using here. And so mine might be a little more saucy, but we like ours saucier, so we are going to go with that. Okay, so my meat is now all the way sauteed. And I'm going to just pause and take this pot out and drain some of the grease that's in the bottom. I use this ladle to get I kind of tipped my Instant Pot over, moved all the meat to one side, and I just ladled the grease out into this cup, and I'm going to let it harden and then we'll scoop it into the trash so it doesn't clog any drains or anything. Now, if I was at home, I would use my Easy Greasy colander, which is just a colander that has a bowl under it that catches it. And so I would just dump it all in, and the grease would all be in the bowl, and then I'd dump all the meat back in. And I'll leave a link to that down below, and you can check that out if you want to. It's just on Amazon. So let's set this aside. Now my meat is all ready, and now I'm going to add 2.5 cups of beef broth. That's so that we have enough liquid for the spaghetti to cook. The spaghetti sauce does provide quite a bit of it, but we want a little more so that they get the right consistency. So then I need another half. Then I'm gonna add these 2 jars of spaghetti sauce. this is kind of what it looks like. It's a little bit liquidy, but when we add the spaghetti noodles, it should eat up a lot of that liquid. Okay, and now I'm going to add the spaghetti noodles. And I like to break mine in half so that it fits nicely. And then I just want to make sure they're all covered by the liquid. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. Always break them over the pot and then just make sure they spread apart. All right, you can see how those are just kind of laying on top. I'm just gonna take my spoon and push them under so that they all covered in liquid. And then I'm gonna kind of spread them out as much as I can. Sometimes they get all stuck together and you have to use a fork to kind of stir them and pry them apart. But overall, they should be fine. All right, so now I'm just going to put the lid on, make sure it's locked, make sure that the vent back here is set to sealing. And then I'm going to use the manual button. This is my 6-quart Instant Pot and it's only got a manual button. Yours may say pressure cook on it. Go with manual and I'm gonna go down to 8 minutes. And when that is done, I will quick release the pressure and then open it up and stir it. All right, so the timer just went off and so we are going to release that pressure by moving the vent from sealing to venting. And now let's take off the lid. If you didn't know it, you could put your lid right here on the side to rest it. And you can see how it looks a little bit watery in there. It's still boiling a bit. And we're gonna just gently stir it up. Just the perfect amount of spaghetti sauce with the noodles, and there's a big pot for your family to eat. All right, so now you know how to make Instant Pot spaghetti. Now I have had a couple people ask me why bother making it in the Instant Pot whenever you can make it on the stove. Well, there's a few different reasons, because I know it's pretty easy to do on the stove. But the way that the noodles cook in the Instant Pot, it's where it's cooking all in the sauce, really gives it a really, I don't know, it's just a little bit better of a flavor to me. And then also you're only dirtying this one pot, which is really awesome that you don't have to have a pot for the noodles and a pot for the meat while you're browning it. You only have that one pot to clean up. So that's all for today's video. If you would like to see how to do ground beef in the Instant Pot, I will link to that below. And then if you have any questions at all about your Instant Pot, I would like it if you would just leave me a comment down below. And also, I'd love to hear what the last thing you made in your Instant Pot was. It's always great to hear from you guys, and I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel. There will be lots more Instant Pot videos. And if you click the bell, it will give you a notification and let you know anytime I post a new video. Thank you.